My name is Naseer Aruri. I'm a friend of Elaine, one of the many friends who came here to participate in the celebration. It is really heartwarming to see so many of Elaine's friends and admirers assemble here today to pay tribute to a unique individual whose dedicated, consistent, and principled work for justice and fairness in the Middle East and elsewhere spans more than 3 decades. I am happy to see Elaine's relatives with us here on this happy occasion, her sister Vicky and her sister-in-law and her brother Charlie and Lucy. When we planned this event a few months ago, we knew fully well that we were taking a great risk. The person whom we would be honoring is known to seek neither reward nor recognition. In fact, Elaine's commitments are so firm, so rigorous, so genuine, that they need no formal and organized recognition. They have been recognized over the years by friends and acquaintances, by scholars and students, by readers, by audiences, by activists, by victims of repression, by professionals, by Arab Americans, by Jewish Americans, by African Americans, by Armenians, by women organizations, by the peace and church community, and by a host of undifferentiated people. Despite Elaine's unique modesty and rigorous austerity, despite her antipathy to public festivities and testimonials, we decided to proceed. And by we, I mean all of you who are present in this room. I mean all of you in this room. Those who circulated the notices about a surprise party, because we did not really send invitations as such. I think that there was a public notice, and many of you just simply circulated the notice, and it went through from one place to another. So everyone took part in that decision, despite the risk that we knew about. And despite our awareness of these constraints, therefore, and limitations, we proceeded to provide, in a modest way, certainly not consonant with Elaine's contributions, in a modest way, we decided to provide a venue and an opportunity for those of us who live in this area, and I see some who traveled long distance. There's Grace Saeed, who came from Washington, and Anan Amiri came all the way from Detroit, to express our affection and gratitude to someone who has given so much of herself, her time, her resources, her talents and skills for the many communities represented here and for their common denominator. And that common denominator, as we all know, is equality and justice for every single human being. This is what Elaine has struggled for. That is the common denominator. And she has done it through organizational work and committed scholarship. She is the quintessential institution builder and the epitome of the scholar activist. She is a first-rate human being. I don't need to tell you that, you already know it. She's a person who subordinates her own interest to the public interest and who always puts the comforts of others before her own comfort. I will never forget the tender care she has given her mother for years and years, and the total dedication she had given during her illness. Her mother, whom I knew and admired, was also unique, and she had much to do with the qualities which made Elaine what she is. I can honestly say that during the many trials and tribulations since 1967, I have not known one person who has given what Elaine has has given. She has been and continues to be a solid anchor for our community, the permanent address for our organizational work. And I know that I am not exaggerating when I talk about the address thing, that she is and she has been the address for our organizational and political work. Because some of you remember how presidents and vice presidents of organizations came and went. Yes, we've had many presidents and many organizations. Many of them came and went. Elaine was not interested in the prestige of the office of president of this organization or the other organization. She was not interested in the public functions of the office and the visibility which the office affords. Elaine was the closest thing, to my mind, to the concept of a permanent undersecretary who provides continuity, who provides sound organization, who provides vision, and who also provides leadership, even as she always let others do the leading. She did not have some subordinates as she presided at organizations or took high office and responsible office in them. She did not have subordinates to answer her telephone, to open and answer her mail, to prepare working papers or talking points, as they call them now, or to even type notices, circulars, and position papers. She did all these things herself, whether as National Secretary of the AAUG in 1969 and after, or as President of the AAUG in 1976 and after. She has single-handedly created a structure for an Institute of Arab Studies, which was to be a think tank during the 1980s. While many of us would sit as board members addressing profound and complex issues on agendas, often prepared by Elaine, who knew where the Institute should be heading and what real goals are really being pursued. This able scholar, skilled organizer and administrator, community leader, teacher, consigned activist, counselor and healer, humanitarian, this Renaissance woman who has been present at the inception of numerous organizations has not retired. She has not retired. And although by our presence here today, we pay tribute to Elaine upon her retirement, we nevertheless salute Elaine as she formally terminates but a single phase of her career, a single dimension of a multiplicity of tasks and endeavors. And it is in this sense, and it is in this context, that we assemble here not to celebrate a retirement, but to witness a renewal, not to mark the end of an academic career, but to wish Elaine well as she renews her commitments and as she embarks on a different path and as she simply redefines her mission. Thank you very much for coming here today to participate in saluting Elaine on this occasion. Thank you.